welcome to Real Talk, episode 150. I'm Todd, this is AJ, and we're back.
That was so anticlimactic.
Yeah. Mine was too.
Woo!
My gosh. So anyway, 150. My hat fell. Welcome to episode 150.
Yo!
Been a long time coming. 149 episodes. So, if you were wondering what this is all about, well, you probably don't, nothing makes sense now. But Real Talk is an opportunity to talk about life, God, the Bible, and everything in between. We are young guys that love Jesus and want to talk about how to live out following him. Sometimes, my mind is now working its own phone. Somewhere in the description of this video or podcast, you'll see a link, www.theremnant.live/real-talk. If you click that link all the way down to submit question, hit the button. It's going to pull up a form fillable box.
Tippy tap.
Type your question, comment, paste your article, whatever. It'll go into our database completely anonymously. Could not find you if we tried, and yeah, we'll answer it. So sometimes it's, we have questions about our faith or about life that feel uncomfortable to ask our pastor or at church or in front of people. So this is just an opportunity and a format to have those kinds of discussions.
That's right.
We don't promise to have all the perfect answers, but we do promise to take that seriously.
You're right.
I notice you're holding a lighter.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do
And
with
a party thing.
What are you gonna do with the lighter?
Well, we have some candles here.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Well, yeah, go ahead.
Man.
To be fair with everyone here, I didn't know anything about any of this because I, as usual, assumed AJ and the crew would do nothing. We would once again promise. Would promise to do something and wouldn't do it. But we did. They came through. They surprised me.
Instead, we
So
pulled
if you're wondering what is in this bowl, it's chicken. So we've got a nice
A chicken bowl.
happy birthday chicken bowl.
Happy birthday, Real Talk. 150.
150 episodes. It is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, man.
I remember when we were downstairs, we had an extra piece of random fake wood.
Oh,
Just
man.
having me sit against the wall in an old room that wasn't even being used.
You know what's cool is
And
that piece of wood still sitting behind us, too.
we
Is it? Maybe not. Maybe it's just a brick back there.
would just sat down and decided to go live.
That's right, man. Super cool. Very surreal to be at 150, man.
It really is.
Got our happy birthday candles going. We were thinking we might as well do a different kind of layout for our special episode. And that means bringing back good old-fashioned reviews. We're going to be going back in time to one of our favorite sponsors, Fairy Tale Hot Sauce.
Fairy Tale hot sauce. I was gonna do
We've got
a jingle and
plate.
realized something already on there though.
That's right. This is Mike's Hot Honey.
Okay.
Now, this is in remembrance of old.
Fire bee.
That's right. Fire Bee.
That was good, man.
Was it just honey? Just Fire Bee honey, right?
I think so.
So
One of our sponsors. We used to go live. I guess we should explain that for those who have no clue what we're talking about.
that's fair.
The show used to go live so we'd have this podcast or video that would come out on Tuesdays, and then Thursdays we would go live. It was a busy week for us back then.
Oh, yeah, man.
So we're going to eat this. Maybe you should shake that, man.
Oh, yeah,
These are cool. So we actually, back in the day, we used to get sponsors for the show. And Fairy Tale Hot Sauce, man, we did not lie. If we didn't like something, we wouldn't say it.
That's
But
right.
we really enjoyed their hot sauce. So I'm not sure if did you check see if they're still around?
They are. They are still around, yes.
You're going to need me to do this, aren't you?
Oh, I didn't remember how thick these were.
I think this one is not. I think just
Okay.
that one is.
Gotcha. So this red one, is the
called?
smoked habanero.
What's it called?
Fairy Tale Hot Sauce, Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah, and this is Witch's Brew, which is
right.
their. Yeah, see how thin that one is?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So anyway, we used to do a lot of hot challenges, and we got sponsored by this
man.
hot sauce company.
And we developed a very strong...
Yeah, we did. We did. Hottest thing I ever ate was a dried Reaper.
That's right, man.
Closely, maybe a tie, followed by that Trinidad whatever.
Oh, the
Chocolate.
Trinidad chocolate scorpion or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was rough. But hey, let's grab some chicken, huh?
Are we gonna keep this burning?
Oh, you bet.
Because it's gonna fall on our chicken.
That's right.
The wax.
We have to dig around it. You can blow it out. I'm just kidding.
I'm scared because I can't get any chicken here.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Real Talk.
That's right.
Exactly what
There
I
are
was talking
forks
about.
up there too.
Oh yeah, I forgot we do have forks.
Hey,
It's
we're in
right
the-
next to me. I was like,
I'm already here. Oh, so
Nice.
what's the plan for real? Because you haven't explained anything.
we'll just try. We'll just kind of try. Let's go with the habanero.
Fun
first.
turn. You want to explain what's happening here?
So
'Cause
we're
he has
going-
lost his mind.
Exactly.
Just like me.
It's all gone derailed.
Yeah.
We're just going down memory lane a little bit, trying back some of the stuff that we tried and
That we
actually
reviewed
trying-
back in the day.
That's right.
Okay.
seeing if we still like it, as well as we added a new one with Mike's Hot Honey as well. We're gonna compare it to what we remember Fire Bee Honey as being.
Okay. I'm gonna go honey first.
All
then.
right, let's go, honey.
Hot honey. Mike's.
Mike's. Oh, give me. It's thick.
It's honey. You have to buy time fun turn while we're chewing, otherwise
yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
silence.
So these are both great brands. I would go check them out. Go check them out, especially the Fairy Tale hot sauce. That was absolutely awesome. So what is do you think it's as good or
It tastes good. There's no heat in it. At least not compared to the
Interesting.
Fire Bee.
Agreed.
oh yeah,
Not as
Fire Bee
much
has
heat.
kick.
Good flavor though.
Yeah, it just tastes like good honey. Well, I mean, you can tell there's a little pepper in it, but and it's on the back. Huh? Says you can enjoy this on pizza
Interesting.
and oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
I'm intrigued.
Yogurt.
Also intrigued. Okay. What's next? Fun turn.
Let's try the habanero.
Well,
Nice.
they're both habanero.
Oh,
It's just a
bag-
different kind of mix. Remember?
Okay, let's go
Right?
with the
Because this is
wolf.
smoked habanero. Yeah. So Big Bad Wolf is a little different than this one.
Nice. Big bad
Let,
wolf.
let's we'll
Dude, this is gonna be interesting because we used to be able to handle some heat.
Right.
This wasn't even on our heat radar back.
Not
then.
really.
Oh,
man.
no.
This is pretty
No.
mild comparatively. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it because
It's so good.
Oh yeah. The
So-
Witch's Brew you rated higher than the Big Bad Wolf, so that's why I saved it for last.
I'm such a wuss now.
Is it a-
me a little.
this is sting.
That used to do nothing to us.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, do you remember that? That
Oh,
this
yeah.
wasn't hot at all?
Oh yeah, what didn't
It's
even
hot
touch
now.
you.
It was enjoyable.
That's
Now this is still
insane.
enjoyable.
No, but this is definitely like I couldn't just. The last time I just eat this over and
You
over.
can't casually just eat this anymore, can you?
No.
I don't think I could either.
Wow, I'm a wuss now.
Well, I'm really glad.
Anyway, flavor. The thing I like about this one, now that I remember, is it tastes smoky.
Yes, it is smoky.
It's very smoky
Oh,
flavor.
yeah.
I'm also very
Woo, doggy. Back in the day, I think we gave this like a 6 heat.
Probably
And my
like an 8
wussy
now?
tongue, yeah, it's like an 8 now.
I would say, yeah.
Can you imagine what the Reaper would do to us?
Oh, we wouldn't be able to do a show. I don't think.
I was planning.
I might
on,
have to go hospital or something.
Right.
I was planning on grabbing Johnny Scoville's back there, and I'm really glad that before
Back there,
the
let's bust
store,
it out.
You sure?
Yeah, man. It's
we don't have
mango.
anything to coat your stomachs.
It's Reaper. Carolina Reaper. Yeah.
It's time.
All right. Well, you go.
Well,
I did
grab-
like. Okay, I remember why. I like this one. Now this one I could eat.
No, this is the Witch's Brew.
oh yeah.
Okay.
This one's a little sweeter than the other one, I think. I don't
Yeah.
know what you think.
Yes. You know what it reminds me of? Sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah, this stuff is good, man. Both
Oh,
of,
yeah.
like, and I'm not just saying this. I genuinely very much enjoy these two hot sauces.
Agree.
So
That's why
yeah,
we've had 'em
go
for so
check
long.
out Fairy Tale Hot Sauce. If you end up, it's fairytalehotsauce.com. If you do buy something, even though it's been a year, go ahead and tell them that hey, we heard about it on Real Talk, that they sponsored us because there's rumors out there that we may return someday.
That's right,
yeah.
man.
Oh man.
I'm excited to
This
try
one's
some new
unopened.
ones.
So we had a fairly big YouTuber just pop on our show for a while.
That's right,
named
man.
Johnny Scoville, who chases the heat. I went through a time when I watched a lot of his videos, as you remember.
I remember, dude. They were fun to watch too.
This has torn me apart.
It's rough, isn't it? I don't know about this one. This
This
might be
one-
worse.
If it smells like the Reaper, I don't know. if
Now,
I'm
what's
gonna do it.
crazy is if you look at this hot scale on it, this is mild.
I remember, dude. It wasn't anything to us.
Which
This
is
wasn't
wild.
either. This
Yeah,
was
no.
nothing to us.
Gosh,
That
that's
one
wild.
builds with as the more you eat, the more it will
Oh
build.
boy, that looks intimidating.
It will kick.
You know what, man? This is probably good though.
Get us ready for a potential
Yeah.
whatever's happening.
I'm going.
All right.
Oh,
Now here's the thing.
Smells good.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah, it
earlier
tastes delightful.
about Fairy Tale hot sauce.
Huh.
comes in at the end there.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Literally at the end, it's punched the back of my throat. Woo.
Bro,
The good thing about the Reaper is it will not
it's
mess
so
with your
good.
stomach.
And then it just goes bang.
Literally punched the back of my throat. I'm not eating any more of it.
Yeah, the good news
'Cause
is
we found out that I've had terrible acid issues.
Oh yeah. Over the course of the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go back here. Anyway, it's all good, man. It also makes me realize, like, I'm not just saying this to be tough. I mean, you need to be honest here. Your face is getting red, and you're sweating.
I'm sweating.
This stuff used to be. None of this touched us.
Dude, we had a pretty absurd heat tolerance, man.
Oh yeah.
What I was gonna say, what's cool about Fairy Tale is when we got in contact with them and they sent us our free
Stuff.
sauce here. It was super cool because I don't know if any of you are familiar with like YouTuber / wrestling community, but right after us, Ryback Reeves
Had them on.
had his own review of it. So it was cool, man, because on their Instagram they had us and then Ryback, which is pretty cool, man. Yeah,
Makes you wonder if Ryback saw us. He had to have.
maybe if
had
you
to
went
have.
to his page and looked at the
know he
review.
did.
So that's pretty cool.
Ryback, you're a big guy.
Oh, definitely. There's a
I'll feed you more.
in the future. We are definitely. There's rumors. We're looking into things, contacting some old people who connected to Fairy Tale in the old days, but also handled all of our.
Talking about Amber.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be mysterious.
You actually talk to her, or you're going to?
I'm going to.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen. So,
At least give me
Call
a
out.
head start on it.
it's good chicken, though. Well done.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy?
My famous cooking.
If you guys haven't noticed, AJ chews. He has an unusually large amount of saliva.
I do. I'm so sorry if it's loud in your ears. I
Dude,
tried.
you are sweating.
Yeah, but it's so good.
Yo, you need to.
You
stop.
see him?
It
Sweaty?
builds. If you're eating the Reaper, remember that one builds. That
Dude.
hot sauce builds very fast.
I was gonna say. I don't know
AJ
about
used
you.
to have a wussy compared to me. Now he's over here smashing.
It's true, man.
Good
can't
news
do
for
it.
you guys. Good
The
news.
Scoville's the best flavor, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
It's just the heat after.
I like these quite a bit. I mean, the mango's nice in that one. These aren't mango.
That's
but I
fair.
really like these.
That must be what I like. The difference in is the mango.
That gives it a sweetness.
Yes.
Oh frick! It was so amazing. I remember eating that for the first time, and I was like, God, this is gonna be dreadful. And then we ate it, and we're like, huh? Because Johnny got on, and he was like, it's not gonna be that bad.
You know what we ought to do? You ought to have us review energy drinks.
That would probably be very good.
We're
Because
we
we've
normally do that.
That's right, man.
So anyway, yeah, man, that was cool. Kind of going back down. Also reminds me that boy, we are not ready to go back to the world of heat.
Oh, dude, you can't chase the heat. Yeah, man. We were at one point pretty fond chasers of the heat.
Yeah, I mean,
Now
it became a thing.
the heat has done us in a little bit.
don't worry. It's a little bit harder to get my hands on things that are very very heat based right now.
Really?
Oh yeah, we tried to get our hands on something and it didn't go well. So just delayed and delayed and delayed again. So we canceled the order eventually because we had actually a really cool challenge that we hadn't done before that we were planning on doing, and it just ended up getting delayed so much that
Yeah,
we
that's
just ended up
shipping these
canceling.
days, man. It's probably stuck out in the sea somewhere. I wonder who did that.
Who knows, man? Anyway, hey, you know what? That was fun, guys. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
150 episodes. What else you got?
So, I want to do a little bit of reflection on the show, and I had some questions, especially for those who have joined us later on, maybe mid-series. You know, they don't know much about the beginnings of it,
Sure.
the origin. My first question I had
word.
for you was
Origin.
the story behind this podcast, how it came to be.
We did a sermon series. Still, well, we haven't done it in like a year, but
Yeah, it's
used
been
to
a long
do it
time.
every 6 to like 12 weeks. At our church, in which we had a link that would people in the congregation in the crowd could ask questions live and in the moment.
Right.
I get on my phone, we talk about it.
Super cool.
So same kind of thing, you know, questions maybe they're uncomfortable about God or the Bible, and I would answer them. We'd answer them in the moment. So we thought about, man, it'd be cool if we could open that up to people outside this church.
Right.
So I remember we were sitting around. I was like, we should, you know what would be cool? We should put it online sometime. And then I like to think we're sort of pioneers in a way of the Facebook Live because it was just kind of really getting going when we
Yeah, dude,
we
the,
hopped on
the,
that.
the live Q&A sort of thing, 100%.
So that's really it.
Yeah, dude.
And then, so we went live the first time. I don't really know why we started doing the pre-recorded. I think to get some of the more serious questions. Because there was a time when we were getting so many questions that we could, you know, we
couldn't keep up.
Yeah, we had to do more, which is so odd where we're at now.
Yes. It's cool because I think the pre-recorded came about because we wanted to go more in depth on things. we wanted to be able to go dive deeper into some of the questions that we were getting. And it was super cool to do, man.
Yeah, and live was good, but you have a harder time doing that when you're.
That's right. That's
dealing
more of
with
a
live crowd.
shotgun.
Yeah,
Just do.
it's good times though.
Yeah, man. It was cool.
I don't know. That's how I kind of remember it.
I remember when you guys did the first Real Talk, like actual
sorry.
like sermon series, like when you guys actually did it for real. And it was just, I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, it's something we should probably do again sometime.
Yeah, dude, I would love it. It'd be so cool to see.
Yeah, we haven't done it in a long time.
Now, next question I have is, what have you learned on this journey of through 150 episodes plus live? I mean, we're looking at easily
Probably
300
yeah.
episodes.
Well, as I'm pondering, if you guys have learned anything, feel free to speak up.
I think for me, man, what I've learned is that the online community is just very, it's a pendulum. The online community is definitely a pendulum. You know, we've went through seasons of what we would consider good success, and then seasons of like, man, like, is this worth doing? Like, we've definitely swung back and forth on that pendulum. But it's also another thing I've learned is that, and people just really do have questions to ask, deep questions that they do feel uncomfortable with asking, and it's cool that we've been able to provide that platform. I remember some of the, like, just a couple of memories that I don't remember the questions exactly, but I just remember people. I mean, they were just very honest, and it was just so cool. Just being able to have people get that raw with us about where they're at in their lives, and we were able to speak into that. Just such a cool opportunity, man. So I've learned that we do, like, there is true reason behind this. People do need that platform to be able to ask or share their thoughts.
It's really good.
So that's definitely a big thing.
I have learned that, especially through live, I've never seen a community get so toxic so fast than when we discussed marijuana. Out of all the things we discussed, I've never seen our crowd turn against us so quick.
That's hilarious.
We were on backpedaling, and not even backpedaling. I remember even like looking up and looking at you guys, and you were like, I saw Todd, and he goes, "Huh." Out of everything we've ever talked about, everything we've discussed, and we got into some pretty hot button topics. You touched marijuana though, and everybody lost their minds, and it was the most insane thing. But also just like, again, the questions and like how much of an impact we've had where people come to the Remnant now and things like that, and that we've seen lives actually be changed. I think there's been a lot of, though it's been chaos at times and we've had to roll with the flow, and we may not have done the best job as people producing the show, but specifically me and AJ. But at the same time,
man. I'm part of that.
God has blessed us, and it also comes with a lot of like, you learn that you have to have faith in some things because things may not always go as according to plan. Like I remember so many times that like we were like, okay, the guest has bowed out the day of. We need to find somebody else. Well, Blake's going up, and I'm going to the back and doing that. So it's definitely having to roll with the flow and then become like a bard, a jack of all trades in some ways. So definitely.
It's good. I think I'll start with the less like deep one. It's been interesting for us to be a part of this journey, pre-pandemic, during pandemic, post-pandemic.
Oh man,
Post meaning if we're even at it, because we've watched the wave of social media and how it's changed.
yes.
Just as an example, so just on Facebook alone, which if you're watching, we still go on Facebook, but we get a lot of our views and listens now via podcast, but and YouTube. But Facebook, we used to legitimately average on the pre-recorded 400. It was nothing to have 400 views a week.
If anything, we're like, only 400.
Yeah, and we would have thousands of views on our live, and that's organic stuff, meaning shares and people just happen to see it. And what we realized was, during the midst of things, everything was very like suppressed or tightened up on social media. Their algorithms changed, and some of that I get to a degree. I mean, they're a private business, people can do that, but it's just been interesting for us to have to kind of adapt our expectations of what's successful. Does that make sense?
That makes 100%
So,
sense, dude.
And I think, I know me personally, I don't know about you guys, but I think the discouragement came early on because I was assuming that normal was the old normal instead of recognizing the new normal. And the new normal on social media is the numbers we get are great, because that's really all you're going to get if you're not talking about video games and stuff. Because
That's true, man.
you know,
We're in a very interesting market.
yeah, both being Christians, which means that by our nature of the one that we follow, there's going to be times that we're hated, and hatred looks like sometimes just even we don't want to hear what you have to say.
True, man.
Because it's not always going to be popular to say something's a sin or something's wrong, those kinds of things. So
Yep.
that's been really interesting for me and for us to figure out. I think in that we found out why we really do this. I don't know if you guys, but is it for, if it's only 180 people only views, right? Is that worth it? And we think it is.
That's right, dude.
So there's been that. On a deeper level, I think that for me, one of the things I've learned is two things. One is that not everyone, a lot of people have the same questions. And a lot of times it revolves around the way that we view how God views us. And that's been cool for us to be able to speak into that for people, because so many times, I feel like God doesn't love me, or I feel like I've gone too far, or I feel like, and for us to be able to say and remind people of what the Bible says has been cool. But I think the other one is that if we look, there's answers. We have answers to questions, and God's big enough to handle our questions.
That's good.
And there's never been a time, I think there's been a couple times we've said, hey, we're going to come back to you, but that we've been able to give an answer. We're not God, but I think we can give answers that are just as reasonable as anything else. So that's been cool for my own personal faith, to say, hey, man, they're in there.
I like that. That's really good. And
So sorry, guys.
what a cool opportunity that's been, man. Like, I'm very humbled by the fact that, like, people have been willing to listen to us just talk things through, because even then, like, sometimes, I don't know about you, man, but there's been times where I've thought about, like, what we do, and there's other people out here who do similar stuff, right?
Sure.
And there is a level of trust people put in you when they're listening to your stuff.
Absolutely.
And that's really cool.
Especially over and over again.
Yes, and that's just really cool that, we've had a following of people in our church and not in our church willing to trust us in that. And that's super cool, man. And that is like,
It's humbling.
It is. It's very cool. So yeah, that's really cool. I love that. Now, going on from what we've learned, what about the mistakes we've made along the way?
Going on a show when we're burnt out,
Yeah,
and not thinking that's going to show to people.
that's really good.
I know for me, I've done that numerous times.
Me too.
Letting our, realize that's a big one. Probably trying to do too much at one point. People don't realize how much effort went into doing live and the podcast in a week in our normal lives. It took a lot of our time.
Yeah, man, it was hard, and I would say, like, even like piggybacking off of that, like the prep game was very limited throughout this entire thing, and it's funny because when we first started, I think it was cool that there was like no prep. It was just like this fun little thing, right? And we're like, hey, like this is what we
showing
do,
up, yeah.
And it was cool because I think people really appreciated that. And it's funny because I guess I never thought about this. Now, I'm not saying if anyone's out there who's trying to start a podcast and they just stumble upon this, that you should just not have any prep. That's stupid. I think once you get more established and you start doing this week to week or whatever you're doing, like, I definitely think there's a lot of advantages to having some sort of prep for these kind of things. But what I've noticed, man, is like, you don't realize how much prep helps, and that's something that we're still.
It sounds so ridiculous. You know what? No one realizes is how much preparation helps. Anyway,
And
yeah, man, no one realizes that.
But
That's
it's
true.
funny because it kind of, I know you said this before, even about our church, right? Like you said, like a lot of work can be put into how our culture works. And how it can seem like it's so laid back, but people don't realize how much control, like how much there is there that's actually like controlled, or how much there's been thought, like it's been thought out, And it's funny because I'm not saying this is a perfect example of that, because it's definitely not, but I think there's part of it that's in that, and that is cool. It's funny how that's naturally rubbed off into like a different ministry.
Interesting.
Now, I'd say other mistakes I know for me is I've definitely dove into that mindset of like, I remember in the past, and I've said it several times on the show, like I don't just want to play a character. I don't want to be a character on a podcast. Like I don't want to be this guy who's like, yeah, this is life, and then the camera shuts off, and I'm just completely different. And I will say, I'd say over the past, 150 plus the lives, I think there's definitely been moments of that where I probably have played a character. I have played a character when it probably would have been more beneficial to not. I could have related with people more, or I could have.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
I could have told something that was going on in my life that someone could have, it could have impacted. Sure. And so that's unfortunate. That's something that if there's anything that I could look back and go, man, that sucks. That's probably one of the biggest things is falling into playing a character.
I think mine is sort of similar and opposite. As you said, it kind of reminded me. I think mine was a little opposite. I think sometimes I didn't take as seriously the platform that we had and being responsible with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that kind of ties in with having a bad day. You can't. I think many times, especially early on, I like what you said because we still do answer these questions in the moment. Okay,
right.
And clearly, we're organized in the sense now of having them ahead of time, ready. We don't discuss them very often, if ever. But what we do matters, and it kind of ties with the trust that people put in us.
Yeah.
That we had to learn that. I think, at least me personally, is, hey man, people don't deserve me spilling my stuff on them. On a bad day.
Right.
Yeah, I want to be real, but not real about like this isn't me spilling my frustration on people. Does that make sense?
That's really good, man. Yes, that's really good. And I think, like you said, like it's a weird line too. Like with what we do, like we call the show Real Talk, like, right? We're like, we want to keep it real. Like that was a big part of like why we kept doing this was like, what's the point of this? It's for us to be real and people can relate to that. And like, I get what you're saying though, because there is still a form of responsibility in that. So I see what you're saying, man. And that is hard.
But, it is, yeah, we've just become more professional. So I had to learn how to do that. Because I don't think we ever intended for it to still be going on 150 episodes in. I certainly didn't. You go watch the earlier episodes, which, by the way, the first episode has like 2,800 views. We're like, well, this ain't going to last past tomorrow. And I probably said that the first 25 episodes.
Oh, yeah. It was so funny, man, because I was actually going back and looking at old stuff, and I was like, that's so funny, because that's what you'd say, like, man, episode 17, can't believe we're here.
Yeah, I still can't.
And now 150, man. That is wild.
Yeah.
What about
So
you?
thank you guys so much.
Oh, yeah,
for letting us come into your lives for 150 episodes or more if you listen to live. Like
It's so wild.
We love to joke and laugh, but I don't know about you, man, but it really does feel like we're all part of a big family, and we joke about it a lot. But I'm just very, very honored and humbled to be able to be in people's lives, and that's kind of what you said.
It is, man. It's crazy when I think about
Now,
it.
and to let you guys know out there, as part of this family, those of you that are consistent long-term viewers, listeners, you have created a platform that has legitimately helped people,
Yes.
that has encouraged people, ministered to people, loved people, led people to Jesus. That's you partnering with us. Because
That's right.
Without you listening, there is no platform in which to do those things. So thank you for every question, for every laugh, for every comment. It's been a huge blessing, and God has used your faithfulness in this show, man, to change lives. And I don't mean that dramatically. That's a fact. I could tell stories.
You're right, dude. It's so
Thank
cool.
you guys so much.
I love
What's
that.
next, man?
So, on a little bit of a lighter note, I have
You got any meds around here? Because this stuff is giving me the heartburn.
got any meds?
No? All right. Anyway, I'll fight through.
All right. So, our next little section
Should have
here.
known, Clintonius. Remember last night when I had the horrible stomach stuff? Oh, no.
He's already saying no one knows.
So are we doing a reaction thing here?
So, yep, this is, and for you that actually watch the podcast, not just listen. For you on the podcast, it might seem a little odd, but you'll get through it.
Will they hear it, the podcast?
Yes,
too?
they will
Okay.
hear you guys will hear the content, and you'll hear our reaction. But for you watching, you'll have the actual screen up to see what we're watching. So,
So this one's opening with me holding a dagger.
yep,
I
this
believe I'm
is
about to cut the Reaper. Is that what's happening?
Yep. So I've compiled a couple of just of our more funny moments in Real Talk.
So sorry.
And we will be reacting. So our first one here is what I like to call the.
What episode is this?
This is live. Yep. So I
You
took.
got the date on it?
Man, I don't have the
That's
date.
okay. Go ahead.
So yep, this is live. This is
Probably 2 years ago.
probably close to 2 years. Yeah, man. And this is
sorry.
the Hot Clint Chronicles. So enjoy, and we'll probably
got gloves
pause.
on over there, doesn't
He
he?
does. We'll probably pause here and there if we need to talk about some stuff. And
Okay.
this is part of reflecting if you remember parts of these times. So we'll
sure
go ahead.
I
And,
will.
we'll go ahead and give it a start.
Can I have a piece of paper? Bonnie says, poor guy, he just laughed a high-pitched laugh out of nervousness. That'll work. You gonna put that on here?
Oh, goodness.
We learned from Johnny Scoville
Yep. Johnny.
that you should cut these anyway.
That's true.
That we should cut them what?
Please put it already, Brian.
This is chaos today. So,
This is chaos today.
I forgot about this. People were paying from both sides
Yes.
for, like, people felt sorry for Clint, right?
Oh yeah.
So they were paying, please don't make Clint. We will pay you. We will donate money to the show for him not to eat it. And then
That's
there were
right.
people donating for him to eat it.
That's right. And if I remember correctly, this had originated from a challenge from one of our from Bethany, I believe, right? This was a challenge from Bethany originally that you wouldn't eat this. Is that correct?
I think
I think we wouldn't. Because she gave us this pepper. It was
There was
hers.
3 of them.
somehow this happened where I said something foolish out of one of my insecure moments, and then I said I'm doing this, and then I did not listen to any reason throughout.
Well, I
any
can
of
already
this.
tell you where this is headed. Because there's a giant jug of chocolate milk here.
Oh yeah,
And this is one of my favorite memories ever.
Oh man.
So anyway, I just want to catch people up on what's happening.
Oh yeah. This is great.
Oh, no. In all seriousness.
For real. That's
Pour another glass.
Poor Fox. Okay. I want you to understand that I seriously have. You can tell it takes me a minute to go. What the frick? What's this guy doing? Look at my face. I'm just. You are so offended. He screamed at us.
Oh yeah,
All right. Let's see what
it's
he's.
not one of my
listen.
best moments.
It's that bad. It's. Oh, I kind of.
Why did you do that?
Here you go.
What is remnant roulette? Remnant roulette. Remnant. Okay, man. Don't do so much.
actually hurts.
I understand. I'm not mad at you. Hey, can you relax? And secondly,
Okay,
you
actually,
can't
wait.
spill
I
throw
want to
up
pause
chocolate milk.
because I want to ask you. Okay, so because you're good at putting yourself back in these
Oh,
places.
yeah.
Do you remember in this exact moment what was going through your head?
Yes. 2 things I remember, and this is why you see me laugh. I was being serious when I said, "Hey, man." But when I saw his face and him going, it's really bad. He was snapping at me, and it was so ludicrous. The entire situation was so ludicrous because he was panicking.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and that's what we need to understand. He's panicking. We're trying to actually answer questions.
That's right.
That's what you don't get. He's jumping in randomly.
That's
going,
right.
More milk, more, like, screaming over us.
Yep.
So that's actually one of the funniest parts. If people were watching, is you can see the moment where at first I'm serious, and then he makes the tone, the desperation made me laugh. So, and he's screaming at us.
Look at his face.
And I've already told him 3 times not to scream at us.
The escalation. It's just a beautiful story.
Chocolate milk everywhere. That's all I'm trying to say.
You get another cup, please. Another cup? Wait, is there stuff down
Do you
there?
remember this?
Oh yeah.
Clint, I want you to
'Cause you
understand
get
something.
serious
If
from
you
it.
throw milk up all over this.
Yeah, you're
It
drinking.
actually like really hurts.
Can I ask you a question? Why are you getting angry at me right now? I didn't tell you. I told you not to do this. Brian said he could save you. You chose to do this. I don't understand.
He's just gone, dude. He's gone.
Oh.
I don't want you to drink too much milk.
Yeah, you really.
I'm not gonna throw up.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this again. It's your last warning to quit yelling on Real Talk. This is chaos. Clint, you doing okay? Coming from Brian. You're not doing okay. This is.
Nope, he's not doing okay.
Oh, you drank too much chocolate milk. Huh. Weird. Go ahead. Please go. No one appreciates. If this was not us, we and watch this, we'd be dying.
I still am dying.
You need to understand. This guy, that you did a great job cutting this up. This is, by the way, this takes, I don't know how long this actually goes. This guy is so serious. And we repeatedly are like trying, and you put it in this clip this time. He yelled again and goes, "I'm not gonna throw up." And I said, "Okay, why are you yelling at me?" Okay, and then even AJ, who isn't the typical in words, like, "Hey man, I don't know if you should have any." He goes, "For another cup of milk?"
True.
And then oh dude, it's a comedy movie when he looks over and goes,
I need to go outside.
I drank too much chocolate milk. After yelling and saying that he's not gonna drink too much chocolate milk.
Oh my gosh.
What were you thinking when you admitted to me? Did you have a moment like, I don't want to admit this to them because they told me not to drink it?
100%. There was a long lead up to me finally, once it got under control, of me fighting it.
Because
Like,
you
fighting
knew
it
you were going to get
hard.
so much crap
Oh,
for that.
yeah, I knew. So I fought it so hard, and then it got to the point where I realized I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw up.
Did you
live
throw
on
up a
real-
lot?
Oh yeah, I threw up all of it. In fact, I started having burn again because of it.
Well, you drank almost that entire, what was that, a gallon,
it
a
was
half
It
gallon?
was half gallon. I don't remember. It might have been half gallon.
Yeah,
But
man. Do you
dude,
remember yelling at us? Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
you go back and watch it, do you go, I was yelling at them?
I'm actually super.
Do you
embarrassed
remember
by
how
it.
mad you were?
Not mad at you guys. Like.
That was old Clint though too. It was kind of
yeah.
funny to look at
Yeah,
him
it's
again
so
because that's a
funny,
different guy. But dude, this is one of the best memories we've ever had.
oh, it's so fun.
I mean, not for you.
It makes me laugh every time.
Oh no!
Pour
it's-
another glass.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
And he
The other-
gestures so aggressively. He
part
gestures
about this
so
is-
aggressively for you to pour it.
God, dude.
And then when I'm talking to him, he just goes,
Puts the bread.
shoves that bread in his mouth.
The best part, you go, he saved you. You didn't have to do it. He just goes, he's in a whole other world, dude.
He's mad at us for something he
Dude.
chose. Anyway,
Well, the crazy part about that is he saved us like way after, so it was
Dude,
it
it was
was
so
like a delayed
funny.
reaction because somebody paid. I think it was Isaac, because Isaac was in
yeah,
this
he's
bidding
cool,
war.
man.
He's
But
cool.
remember this?
We ate it too, right?
Uh-huh.
we
Did we
not?
do it on that same episode?
No, not the same episode.
But
you did
maybe
it much,
next
much
week.
later.
I knew we did it at some point.
Yeah,
but-
it was hot.
Oh, we did it for Scoville.
That's right.
That's right. We did it for Johnny.
Yeah, because he came on.
Yep. All right.
He gave us some
anyways.
tips, I think, actually.
He might have.
No tips for me. However, I learned how
Well,
to
you also had no build up like we
No.
had. You
No.
hadn't been taking part in these. You jumped from a nothing to the
To-
hottest thing
that's
out
right.
I
there.
have super baby mouth. So
Yeah.
like
We did tell you not to do it. I did
Oh, yeah.
specifically
Oh, yeah.
say, do not do this.
Oh, so
I was like-
funny, dude.
dude, it was so stupid for me to say that. Like I admitted at the end of the day to be like, I'm doing this 100% because I also got challenged and I went, I have to do it now. Because also people,
Created one of the greatest memories we've ever had. And I
Oh,
don't-
easily.
Yeah.
I knew that was automatically on this list. I had to.
oh dude, the other favorite minute, this also became like a trend. I would be on every single hot challenge, and it would be set up that I would be on it. And one of my other favorite memories is Austin going, fun guy Austin going. I tried to set up AJ, and he didn't try to set him up at all.
Yeah, he still gave it a chance, and I still won.
Uh-huh. And then I had
I
the
didn't
little
get one
nitro,
either, which was great.
which was really good because the little nitro messed up my stomach.
Oh, dude, so funny.
Reaper did not.
So funny, dude.
The little nitro one was funny too. That he ended up because he got real mad about that one too.
No! He was so mad.
Why?
All right, what we got?
And then I looked at Austin.
Oh. All right, next one. All right, it's going to take a second.
That's okay. Bye time.
But you guys are gonna understand at this one.
Oh,
You ready?
I already know what's coming here.
Why do people? I'm gonna. Oh man.
First thing I noticed is
Why do people
that was
start?
back when I did not have a beard, really.
That's right, man. You're going real light on the beard at the time.
Dude, we both look so much more joyful.
Gosh dang it.
Anyway, look how professional we are. We got our polos on.
Gosh, man. I
Now
used
look
to,
at us.
Dude, actually, you know what's funny? When I actually went back and looked at stuff, I was like, I used to dress up so much more.
Bro, first of all, you almost look the exact same at this moment.
Oh, with my hair and everything? And my beard?
Yes. Only difference is you've let your, which I like it more. You let your beard come a little bit more.
Thank you.
Than here. But
Nice.
do you see that though?
Oh,
That's
that is
uncanny.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
True churches in a community where there are already lots of churches that preach the Bible, and pick a name that indicate they're the only true Christians in the community. Can you say passive aggressive? We just talked about this.
Yes, we did.
That is a form of salt water coming out of your mouth. I think that's hateful comments. But I'll answer your question, random person. Hopefully you're on here. Why do people start
First off, I'm
a
clearly
new church in
angry.
a new community with churches already preaching the Bible? I'll start with that one. Is everyone in Whitley County saved? No. So if they're not, then until that day comes, then we're going to keep telling people about Jesus. And there's people that come to this church that didn't go to your church and are saved because they got to hear about Jesus here. Secondly, why did we choose a name that implies we're the only true believers in the community? Well, clearly you haven't read the context of the verse that comes from. We actually take it from Romans 11, 5 and 6. So too at the present time there is a remnant saved by grace, and if by grace it is not by works, otherwise grace ceases to be grace. The whole concept of that verse in Romans is Paul's actually talking about the Israelites, that they're still being saved even though they haven't bowed their knee. And that actually comes from an Old Testament. So long story short, it just says that there's a remnant that haven't bowed their knee to Baal in the Old Testament, which is a false god, and we just want to be a part of that remnant. Let me ask you a question. We have a great church in this community called First Church of God. Do you believe that the First Church of God believes they are the first church of God in existence? No. It's a name that stands for something. So I have a question for you.
Look at my face.
Why would you ask that question? What's your heart behind that?
You know what's the first thing I noticed about this is how much, I don't know if I do this, maybe you guys can answer this for me because I don't know, I can't view myself on the outside. But if I'm anxious or if I'm like, something serious is going down, do I nod a lot? Because I nodded the whole time. I was literally going,
Are you asking me that question seriously? I talk
Yes.
to you all the time about nodding.
right. I
So
guess
yes.
it's interesting. Now,
You
'cause
just put it together.
know
How many times do I
sometimes-
go, hey, man? You,
I know sometimes people think I'm not listening.
yeah.
But sometimes I
complete
think it's out of
opposite?
anxious, because I am listening. It's just more like, ooh, this is a pretty.
Serious conversation.
I was looking at myself, and I'm just going,
Dude,
whole
there's
time.
another one. We answer this question again at some point, and I remember because you're looking at the camera like this, like a wolf. I have the picture actually on my phone. True story. I took a screenshot of it.
oh man,
You were like, "Yeah, we're coming at
dude,
you."
that's easily one of my favorite moments. In
That
real
actually
talk.
came so early, dude. We weren't even doing the show yet.
No,
Someone just saw that link on our page when we were doing the sermon series. We just put it up out ahead of time, and which is something else we could possibly do. Just put the link out.
that's true. Yeah, just post a link.
But anyway, yeah, infamous question 11.
That's right, man. That's a classic throwback, man. Probably one of my favorite questions you answer because you're just so passionate, man. I love it.
Yeah, well, it was a ridiculous question.
It's one that's very fun to revisit.
Yeah.
Well, dude, this
It's
guy-
just so indicative of like Christian culture sometimes, where it's like let's tear each other down
Right.
for no
100%.
reason.
A lot of arrogance in that
This
question.
got
man.
revisited.
A lot of
again.
arrogance in it.
Huh?
This got revisited.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
there was
several
different
times.
Several.
versions.
It probably will still eventually.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, I mean,
whenever
it's
we-
just so symbolic, man.
Yes.
It really is of like the way that the I'm gonna use a fancy term, a toxic Christian culture can be. You know, I guess I always hope that the guy who wrote it someday sees our response.
Man, we just that's one of the few times we just wish we could know who it was, because that's just
I got my suspicions.
we know people.
We have suspicions. We can never find out, but we have suspicions.
Yeah, we really don't have any way.
It's
to find
true,
out.
man.
That
The-
proves it because I would
really-
100% by now would.
It's true, man. We've opened up. Listen, we've opened up a database for people to be very cool with us, but also to get really ugly with us, and they
they've
have.
done that too.
They
Yep.
have.
Yep.
And
That's
that
not
was
the
one.
only mean comment.
Nope.
Anyway.
Oh, there's several. Anyways, moving on.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's interesting, man. Nothing coming.
It's
forever.
coming eventually.
My week being, I'm going to focus on talking to you guys because that's going to help me. And
Let's see what's coming here.
I need to tell you guys what I'm feeling.
I'm talking out my panic.
You what?
I'm talking out my panic right now.
Talking out
That's
his
why I
panic.
gotta tell you how I'm feeling.
So this is the
Death
Death
Nut.
Nut challenge.
We
So-
did the actual challenge too, the
Yes.
30 seconds in between or whatever.
and this is where I almost died.
Yep.
Not literally, but
Well, people thought so.
that's true. People thought I was dying.
People were gonna call the ambulance. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So this is interesting.
It is, the heat in my mouth is bad. I'm not going to lie to you. And why are you making that face? Real quick, guys, if you get
Oh, dude, I couldn't even concentrate.
19
so
more
hot.
people,
I remember, I literally couldn't concentrate.
it has been a week, I'll confess this. Yeah, this guy needs a towel for real. Not me, I'm fine. I'm not sweating. Native American. Look at the feet.
Do you remember
that
this?
eyes
Oh.
has me in tears.
I was in a whole other universe, man. I can't even explain. I'm telling
Were you even hearing really what?
No, dude.
I
I was
didn't think
gone.
so.
The pain was so bad
that I couldn't hear words. Like I was just, dude. When I tell you that, and I say it at the very end, but I say I've never felt a stomach like sensation like that in my life. I
not
wasn't kidding, because I felt like my vision was blurry. Like, dude, I was actually gone. I remember there's a couple times, because our old setup used to be, I think our TV was over here.
Yep.
And they used to be a lot closer. The computer was much closer. And I think it was production guy Blake. And then I think Austin, fun guy Austin, was sitting on the other side. There was a couple times where I made eye contact with Blake, and I think he even mouthed, "Are you okay?" And I couldn't even do anything because
The best part is you're going.
I know, dude. I thought I was gonna pass out too. It was bad.
You don't quit. You understand me?
Maybe just take this and kind of dab.
I'm not gonna do anything. I want them to see the suffering.
I don't say that arrogantly, but sometimes, like when I feel like it's a struggle for me
Dude,
sometimes,
you're literally
to
gone.
do one at the expense of the other.
What am I laughing at?
So I think I did a lot of business stuff this week, so I felt really,
I wish I could remember.
thank you, accomplished, which was awesome.
Nervous, like if you get to a point and you realize
Hey,
I've done
Logan.
my devotions, but does it make you feel like
13 more.
nervous for Sunday?
When I haven't.
Yeah, if you feel like
No,
that.
because I always feel nervous, and not nervous, but like I know it's not anything to do with me. I do feel, it's a good question. You know this about me. I can feel fear and that stuff. Where am I at here?
Worse
Okay.
last time.
Hey, bro, what's up, Gabe? We're on a hot thing challenge here.
hot thing now.
I could, by the way, I literally forgot. I was so hot, I couldn't remember anything.
I'll be honest. The only so this was before my time on the show, and I
really?
remember hearing about the Death Nut Challenge because I
this is
didn't
before
connect
Funter.
until
Clint.
till later. So
Did you ever
when-
watch this part? Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I have.
yeah.
I've watched it since.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh,
strange
dude.
because I was watching segments of Real Talk beforehand before I started joining in. I never. It's funny. I watched two full episodes, but I got segments and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I really like this. I actually made it a point to listen to parts of it. Podcast really helped me out when it happened.
I know,
But-
man. They've lasted.
Dude, it's insane when I saw that because the closest panic I've ever seen, and it was actually worse than what I saw in that, was the chocolate Trinidad, because that was straight
bad.
terror. Because I remember you looked up and dude,
I wouldn't
'cause
eat the
we
other
were-
one. That's the only time I've ever said I'm not eating the other
It's
one.
true, man.
100%.
We did not.
100%. The only other
somebody else
time
eat that
I've ever
one?
seen you refuse something was when somehow you had the worst luck and you got the dried tarantula.
I wouldn't eat, dude. I'm not eating this. I'm not eating a spider.
Yeah.
That's true, man. I wouldn't do a spider either.
So-
Actually,
so-
we had Eli.
Eli, kid. One of
Eli
our
ate it.
kids ate it later. Yeah, pretty
He's
impressive.
a
Wild man.
crazy guy.
Eli Jones.
But yeah, dude,
I
the
shouldn't have said
terror
his
in
name. That's a fake name.
It's a big name.
the terror in your eyes on that one was so real.
I will.
Oh, it was crazy.
Dude, it's so funny. All right.
He's going to pass out. It does look like he's going to.
This legitimately, I might.
You can't. We're done. I got a blow my nose. Other than that, I'm good.
This isn't good, man.
We got
grab
Pepto.
that?
There's, which one?
Oh yeah, good call.
We got Pepto.
Hey, here you go.
Drink some of that.
I might throw up, dude.
Can you please stop?
Oh, no.
We can't. No, off the camera.
You wouldn't go all the way off.
Take the Pepto. He's fine, everyone. This is just. Everything is fine. Austin, you want to come join us here until our buddy comes back?
I want you to
Caused
understand
this.
how
Maybe he was sabotaging it. so
how hard it was for
No.
me not to laugh the entire time.
Oh, dude.
Because again, there are certain moments of this show, guys, whenever I really laugh, it's typically from dry type humor or something so ludicrous that I can see it from the outside and how ridiculous it
Oh
looks
gosh, dude.
and sounds. That was funny. I think this is a record-breaking episode at one
It
point.
was at one
Oh
point.
yeah, yeah.
So, what makes you feel alive?
Not death nuts.
I want you to understand that Bonnie legitimately was panicking.
She was.
Dude,
I could sense it. They were about to call 911, which would have been, oh, Austin. We should have had Austin. Thanks, Austin. Love you, man.
appreciate it.
$20.
I legitimately have never felt like that in my stomach.
So that was my demise, dude. I wish I could go back to that place. Just not even just for my thoughts, because
There was nothing, dude. Like I, I don't remember almost. That's how crazy it
You were
was.
sitting with the trash can on your butt. With
That's
the trash
right.
can between your legs. Just kind of like wrapped around it. I don't think you even threw up, did you?
I didn't. I just dry heaved, and you.
Yeah, imagine trying to do a show, by the way, when you're seeing and hearing this.
Yeah.
Because even though he's off camera, he's about a foot
Oh,
from me.
I'm not very far away, and that's what's funny. I think people probably thought we're in like this giant room. Like, no, like it's close quarters in here.
Yeah.
And so I'm like right off screen, and I remember it was funny because I didn't put. There's a lot of stuff that's in between those. And one of the funnier ones I remember though is you randomly look it over, and go, keep eating bread. Like you just kept telling me random stuff, and I remember again.
You were gone for a
I
while.
was, dude. Like I was still in a weird place. Like I don't. It was wild.
Good times.
Oh yeah, man.
Holy
No.
smokes, dude.
What?
1 tablespoon of this has 70 calories.
But 70? Holy crap! Dang.
Anyway.
Now
Wow,
this.
that's so oh, no.
Now this. The next one we have here
That's so
is
clear.
one of my favorite introductions to an episode. Now this is a pre-recorded episode.
Really?
This is like episode 21, I think.
Let's say, man, we look very crisp here.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
4th of July. It's a time to celebrate a nation.
Our nation specifically, yes.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I love
Hey,
America.
America, I really do.
Hey,
Okay, and
America's
this,
a good place to be at. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
I really believe that, but for a second it sounded like you didn't mean it, and then you saved it at the end. But in all seriousness, hey, happy birthday, America.
Real quick, this is the complete breakdown of Todd's mind. This is when he cannot get it together for like 5 minutes, and this is so awesome.
Get started. Oh man. So what is Real Talk? Real Talk is an opportunity for us to have. I got the giggles. This isn't good. Opportunity for us to have real talk about questions, situations, life together in a group. Leave it going in a group, and we really dig in. And so at the top of this video, you're going to see a link, www.theremnant.live/real-talk. When you click that, it's going to come up with a form fillable box. You can enter in a question. You send it, hit click submit, and it sends it anonymously enters into a database. I'm sorry, folks. His face is making me laugh today, and I'm having a tough time with it. We're going to keep rolling because we love you. All right. So that's really the gist of Real Talk. And so typically before we get started, we just check with everyone to see how everyone's doing. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good, man. How are you? Okay.
I'm doing good. Hey, you're up right now.
Okay, so
Okay.
You're up right
it's been a
now.
pretty good week, man. I'm feeling a lot of joy.
Okay, it's fine. I'm really sorry. Let's hear it. You're feeling
This is
joy.
literally about to be the greatest episode of all time because episode 21 is extra special because we're keeping all of this.
Okay. Yeah, there's no point cut. We've already rolled. Let's go.
So it's been
My favorite part is that you keep trying to be like, all right, I'm good, let's go. And like 2 seconds later, you just start busting again.
Old Cowboys and Dolphins Cup.
That's right.
Hey, we're keeping it. It's fine. Roll.
this is
You
literally
have a
the
lot of
greatest
joy
thing.
today, is what
Yeah,
you've told us.
I've had a lot of joy today. Just being around family, being around all the people I love, man. It's just been.
I'm trying so hard. I really am.
Keeping busy.
You can't look at
Just
anybody.
laughing a lot. This is honestly how it's been. Even off camera, and I'm just having a good time. So I hope you guys can appreciate the laughter and everything because it really does it. To me, it shows how good of a place at least I've been in. So
Dude, that's good, man.
yeah,
That's really good.
Good, man.
It really is. I mean it. I don't know what's going on. Hey,
I lost it, man. Dude, I did not realize how bad I lost.
Hey, listen.
That's so ridiculous.
Okay. I really appreciate it, and I like joy as well.
yeah.
Blake, man, we got raining in here. Blake, how's
Gotta
your
rein it in here. That's so ridiculous.
So,
Why
do
are
you
we so
remember-
clear in that? That looks so clear.
I don't know.
I kind of like this zoomed in. Anyway, go on.
Do you remember what was so funny?
No. In the moment when it kept going? It was one of
Yes.
those times, dude. We've had them a few times. We just had one of these the other night when we were talking about the...
The other side of the room.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like, I don't know if you guys out there have ever had this moment. So something happens and it's funny. And then it keeps replaying in your head.
Yeah, dude.
Well, then it's like every time I saw you, if I felt like, again, it was ludicrous. I had done this thing and I could see you trying to be professional. But yet you're looking at me like, Todd, what are you doing? And I couldn't stop, man. Have you ever gotten, this is going to sound so effeminate, but have you ever gotten the giggles? Like
I
you just
have.
cannot get rid of it.
We've gotten giggles several
Oh,
times on the
dude.
show.
I remember I could not breathe. This happened the other night. I couldn't breathe the other night. Legitimately couldn't breathe.
according to some, we laughed for about a half hour.
Yeah. So anyway, those are good memories, man.
Oh, yeah.
21. Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's also just kind of made me laugh, like the mic setup.
Oh yeah.
just
The yeah.
Different height, different.
We were so proud too, man. Like, look what we got going on here. Yeah.
Oh man! Now I have one more. It's very quick. It was just, and this is again one of my favorite. This is probably my favorite intro. And I want you on. The reason why I put it up is because I wanted to ask you if you remember what happened.
Okay.
So here it is.
No idea what's coming.
One. Action. Hey, welcome to. Darn it! Austin, why did you stand up like you were doing something? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome to Real Talk episode 17. I'm Todd. This is AJ.
It's like an old clip that we
like I
didn't
said,
use.
I can't
No,
believe
this is
but
We used that?
That's live. Yeah.
17.
That was on there?
Yeah,
Where
it's
I go,
on there.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't. We were not professional at all. So sorry. Excuse me.
No, because I remember we shot it, and
was
I,
no-
and I asked. I said, "Can I please use
Yeah, I
this
remember
as the
that.
intro?"
So I remember that one. This is another case where we had the giggles for something. And then Austin, I don't remember, man. Because once I lose it, you know me, I'm a squirrel too. Once it's gone, it's gone. So that was me.
You said something about. You go, Austin. Why'd you stand up? I don't know. You said something.
Stand up like you're gonna do something. I think.
Oh, that's right.
Because I thought he was like gonna stop the show. I don't remember, man.
Dude, that's so funny. But that's easily one of my favorite intros because there's no music, nothing. It's just 5, 4. Dang it, Austin!
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know. Good times, man. It's kind of bittersweet and hilarious. A lot of good memories.
Oh yeah, dude.
Just some guys had no clue what they're doing.
Nah, man. There really is. It's funny because we've talked about it before, but there really is a sense of like innocence in the early stages of it.
Joy.
It's probably what it is. Yeah.
Just kidding. We love every second of it. But thank you guys, man, for good memories.
Oh yeah, dude. Thank you.
And for
too.
all you out there.
Yes.
But the show must go on, AJ.
The show
we
must
have
go
We
on.
have a few questions. P.S. We got 2 new questions that came in the moment. Literally, I just checked.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So we're gonna dive into those. I think that gives us 4. If we have enough time, we'll jump into some real news, real views.
Hey-o.
So I'll start. Let's go ahead and start with number 1. The song "Just Beheld" got me thinking. Do you think the church, Christianity as a whole, didn't we answer this?
Did we? Maybe we did. Wait a second. I think I had a mishap on the notes. Classic me. Yeah, we definitely answered that. That's on me, man. So sorry.
I'll go ahead and ask one of the new ones that came in.
Okay. I wonder what I did there.
Yeah, you didn't read it. So, why should I live? Is life really worth living? Well,
That's
no, this is about to get really real.
okay.
Why should I live? Is life really worth living?
I mean, that's like you said, that is really, man. That's a heavy question, you know, and I know,
Yes, life's worth
Before-
living.
yes,
That part's not complicated to answer.
absolutely, it's worth living.
You are worth it, and you know, one of the things that I think is really important in these kind of moments, and you're not alone. I felt this way. You feel like you're hopeless. You feel like you got nothing going for you. I don't know your situation, but what I do know is that don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary situation or a temporary feeling. Suicide's one of those things that there's not a redo. And you are so loved. You wrote this question today. I hope you see this in time. But you could reach out to us. You can use the link. Give us your phone number. We'll call you tonight. It doesn't matter what time that we get this. You matter. Your life matters. You are loved. I promise you, even though it may feel like it's not true, someone at this moment is loving you. And I know I am. So I just wanted to jump in there, man, because your hesitation, I know you were thinking, but I don't want there to be any pause in that.
Yeah, that's good, man. You're right.
And there's some follow-up questions. I'm assuming this is all the same person. So,
Okay.
Why should I live? Is life really worth living? Can one go to heaven if they commit suicide? And I'm thinking about suicide. Why not? Your answers will help me make my final decision.
So, here's the thing. Going back to what you said, about life, it is worth it, and the love that you don't, I know it's hard to feel it sometimes, but when you look at the bigger scheme of things, there's a purpose, there is, and I know I can relate to it in a sense because I know there was a time where I felt similar, and I get it. There's always hope, there is, and asking the question, if someone commits suicide, and they, do they go to heaven? All sin is the same, and at the end of the day, what matters the most is if you put your faith in Christ.
Yeah. I used to answer that real easy, of course, and then I realized something. And it was actually Real Talk that helped me think this through.
Yeah.
Yes, anything can, in Christ, all sin can be forgiven.
Yeah.
But I will say this, that suicide is such an interesting thing, and not in a good way, because it's a rejection of God's authority. It's a rejection of God's sovereignty. It's saying, I know better. It's the ultimate form of saying, I know better than you, God. You don't determine my life. You don't determine the moments my life is. I determine it. I'm God. And it doesn't feel that way. I get it. But I guess what I'm saying is, that specific question, do you even want to take that chance? Because, anyway, as far as your question, in some ways it's unfair. I'm going to be honest with you for you to say that to us. I know that life's worth living. When I was 20 years old, 21, it was like last year. Just kidding. Did your phone just go off?
Oh, yeah, sir. I'll put it down.
I was very suicidal. So at the time, I was homeless. My girlfriend that I had at the time had broken up with me and kind of like trashed me on her way out. I wasn't in college. I wasn't playing football. I didn't have any friends is what it felt like. I didn't have family. My family kind of abandoned me, and that's what it felt like. And I was very, very alone. And I will tell you this, and I won't go into it, but I was very serious about trying to commit suicide. And 2 times I kind of tried, but I wasn't very good at it. In the sense of I didn't get that far because God answers prayer. And I think God had his hand on me and was speaking to me. And I think he's speaking to you right now through us. And what I would tell you is in that moment, if I had made that decision, I would have missed out on so many incredible blessings in my life, so many amazing things. Man. Because at the time, though, I can honestly say I did not see a way out. I did not see a way that things could get better. But here's the thing. God still moves. And he still moves in miraculous ways. And there were people that loved me even when it felt like it didn't, or it felt like they didn't. So, yes, life is beautiful. And, yes, sometimes it's dark.
Yeah.
But just like, and this sounds kind of corny, but just like every single morning the sun comes back up, life's the same way. Even in the darkest moments, dawn comes.
That's right.
The sun comes. And you're just in one of those moments. So here's what I would encourage you to do. Trust me, just from a perspective of someone that's been there. This will pass, and you need to talk to someone, not in a format like this. Even I'm glad you did, but like where you can really talk. So if anything, put your name and your phone number. even your first name, and drop it in our link using the link at www.theremnant.live/real-talk. If that's the least you can do, and we'll give you a call. Clint, can you look up the 1-800 number for that, please, so we can give them that as well?
Yeah.
But listen, a lot of times the reason we start to feel that way, and it's a big lie from the enemy, from Satan, is the lie that nothing will ever get better, that there is no hope. And the Bible tells us that faith, love, and hope will always remain. And there is always hope, and you mentioned that.
That's right, man.
Yeah, there's just, let's talk about it. What's going on? You got that number?
love to.
Go ahead and read that number. Huh? Yeah.
That number would be 800-273-8255.
So that's 1-800.
273-8255.
Try to give that a call, or us. I'll be checking this tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please don't make a temporary decision. Don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling or situation. And it is temporary. Do not give in. Keep going.
That's right. It'll
So I
pass.
don't know. And that's not making light of it. You may be in the worst situation. My situation, people, it's not that it was bad. But here's the thing. God taught me a lot, and God blessed me and through it, and that we can, there is always hope, and you are loved. I promise you that you're loved.
That's good, man. Yeah. Moving on. Let's see.
That's the question right down there, AJ.
Yep. So in James 5:14, it talks about if anyone is sick, they should let the elders put their hands on them and pray for them, as well as anointing them with oil. I have heard many churches say that people should stay home if they are sick, which I can see the logic behind, and that I would actually agree to that. But what does that mean if I'm agreeing to something But does that mean I'm agreeing to something unbiblical then? Ooh. This
What do
never
we just
seemed to
talk
be.
about when you do that?
This does not seem to be an issue before, but looking at it, I can see how this current sickness and its variants have made some people in churches, myself included, lose sight of this verse. I would pray for them if they showed up and asked for prayer, but would also prefer them to stay home if they're truly sick. Is that wrong? Is it not the right Christian thing to think?
It's a great question. 5:14
Yep.
specifically says, we'll start at 13. It says, is anyone among you suffering? He should pray. Is anyone cheerful? He should sing praises. Is anyone among you sick? He should call for the elders of the church, and they should pray over him after anointing him with olive oil in the name of the Lord. It's a great question. I think it's interesting. Look at this from two angles. Jesus went and touched a leper. Leprosy was incredibly contagious. At least that they believe that at the time. And he touched him.
Right.
I don't know. I've wrestled with this. A lot of people will say, well, say I'm sick. If I'm sick, sure, I should stay away from people, me personally. But you shouldn't tell me to stay away from people. See the difference?
Yeah.
If Clint's sick and he wants to stay away from people because he wants to not get people sick, okay, he's acting out of love in Christ. But if I tell Clint not to come around because he's sick, am I loving him like Christ?
No.
It's one of those hard things. So I think the other thing is in that situation, let's say Clint feels sick and doesn't want to come around. He, call the elders, ask them to come in and anoint you with oil. And pray. That's a great question, and we live in a time when I love this question because I think it's the heart of Christianity.
Yeah.
What would Jesus want us to do? Would he want us to tell people to stay away? Would you tell someone with, cancer? Well, it's not contagious, Todd. Okay, so the line is contagious. How contagious?
That's right.
The cold?
Yeah.
The flu?
And then it all becomes.
Chicken pox?
It's all.
So if you go to a third world, would you even go? They might have diseases. I don't know. I think these are the type of questions we need to be asking ourselves as believers. Is what are we telling people? And what does it really say? And this is deep, I guess, in a way, right? And I'm not judging anyone because clearly, if you're sick, you're sick. And we've had to make decisions and because we want to protect people. But we're talking about the individual and the way that they live their life as a believer. What is it saying about our faith in God?
I mean, it doesn't show a whole lot of it.
Yeah, man.
If
I
you-
mean,
if you're pushing
it's
people
definitely
away.
fear-based, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What does the Bible say? Perfect love casts out all fear because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not perfected in love. Has not been perfected in love. So,
That's right.
really great question.
Yeah, man.
Are you agreeing to something unbiblical? That's a good point. We had something like this come up recently where someone was kind of sharing something, and there's nothing wrong with sharing the concern. But, I asked some questions about it because someone in our church kind of was like, hey, people need to stay away, and I get that. But, let me give you a little statistic. Like, for instance, a lot of people have died during this pandemic,
Yeah.
but not from COVID. Isolation, suicide rates.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying that we shouldn't. I'm just saying when it comes to the way we control ourselves, I should not go around people if a bunch of people if I'm sick. But I will never tell someone else that they can't come if they need prayer or need someone to talk to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man, that's really good because again, it's more. I see the difference it's the difference between you can tell yourself that, and you know that you are being
You're laying down your life for your friends.
exactly, man. Like you want
But
to be
you're
away.
sacrificing someone else in that.
Exactly, because if you're the one saying stay away, like you explained it perfectly with the leper and Jesus. Like most would say, get away from the leper, and Jesus said, no, I'm willing to touch him, and it's an example of how we should live life, especially in a situation like that. So it's really good, man. It makes sense. Really good stuff.
That was a great, great question. Thank you so much for your mind
what
and your
cool
heart.
thinking.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, yeah, I think, man, I don't know. I think maybe we should just come back for the links or the real news reviews. What are your thoughts? We've went kind of long today, anyway, right?
Yeah, it's been a longer episode.
So
Yeah, we can
Anyway,
close shop.
yeah, guys. Hey, sorry if the mood changed, but we, it's some serious
Serious
stuff there.
question, man. Yeah.
I'm thankful that they trusted us again. You talk about trust.
Yeah, dude. It's so weird that was brought up earlier. We were talking about people trusting us in the show and even, others. Just, it's funny how we talk about it. God is so just crazy to me because just literally sitting here earlier talking about how this show is meant to be raw and real, and then boom, there it is, man. It's just
You were
wild.
so loved.
That's the spirit, man.
Yeah.
Yes, you are
Heart.
loved.
I would personally love to sit down with you and get some coffee and we can talk if you're local. And if not, then let's FaceTime or whatever, man. I mean,
It's good, yeah.
we would love to be there for you.
really
I know that
encourage
feeling.
encourage you to put your information.
Yeah, or to call that number
Yep.
from the 1-800 number. So, anyway, man, great show. It's great to look back on this crazy ride and the years that we've had. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
man, for
absolutely
for the ride.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Love you, Fun Turn, Air Fist, production guy Blake, fun guy Austin, all the many guests that we had on our live show, man.
Yeah,
I'm so blessed. And to you guys out there, the viewers and the listeners, you have blessed us beyond
Abundantly.
abundantly, man, beyond belief. So, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you are watching this video from Facebook, please like it, share it, comment on it. Hey, I noticed last week that I don't think anything got removed last week. So,
Wow, that's shocking.
yeah, I don't know if we beat something or what. Don't know what happened, but hey, keep doing it, guys, because it worked, whatever you did. So keep flooding the comments. Love you guys. If you are watching from YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll get notified whenever we post. If you're watching for Rumble, give us a Rumble and also share it. Share the Rumble link. Why not? That's something we haven't talked about much, but share that Rumble link. And other than that, I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in for 150 episodes.
Fun Turn.
If you're listening from the podcast, you know the deal, you know the spiel. I'm back here going at it once again. So if you're listening on the podcast, I do encourage you to leave that 5-star review. It really helps us on the business end of things, as well as a review. And please, we ask it to be nice. You can even say that you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or what your favorite candy is, or what your favorite hot sauce is, whatever that may be. Put that down there. It doesn't have to be super complex or anything like that, but if you do want to write out a full review about that, we greatly appreciate you guys. And then, like I say every week, if you didn't like us, you're feeling terrible about us, you downright hate us, we ask you to not leave a review, and we bid you farewell. But if you hate us and you want to talk about it, we ask you to be as direct and be willing to sit down and talk with us, and we'll have a great time with you. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy episode. And again, I'd like to reiterate to whoever the person was with that question, definitely leave your stuff in the link or contact that number. The number will be in the description of the video as well.
Yep.
Please do that. There's so much hope. And like what Todd said, don't make a permanent decision on a temporary feeling. Been there. It's not a good place to be. He is a way maker. God
Amen,
makes a
brother.
way.
Preach.
So there is always hope. And remember that. And Jesus loves you, and we love you. I can guarantee you that. So
That's a
please
fact.
drop that down in the box. Drop that down in the, not comments, wherever you drop it down. We will be watching.
Yeah, the link. You can even use that, www.theremnant.live/real-talk.
100%. We will be watching. But yeah, thank you for joining us for 150 episodes. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to pray. We're going to do that often on the show. We're going to pray for
Yeah.
you right now if you're
Absolutely.
listening. So, Father, we just thank you so much. We thank you for the show. God, we thank you that people know and feel safe that they can share these kinds of things. Lord, we pray right now for whoever put this out there, or if someone else someday in the future is going through the same feelings and happens to stumble on this episode, Lord, that they would know in this moment that you're speaking to them, that you love them, that there's hope and joy waiting for them. That God, you are, as he said, you're the way maker. You make ways when there doesn't seem to be a way, Lord, and you bring light in the darkest of situations. You are the Father of lights, the word says. And God, I pray right now for healing. I pray they would know they're loved. And God, I pray truly that your spirit would just bubble up in them, lead them to know you. If they don't know you, and if they do, God, that they would cling to the truth. And the truth is, you are God, and you have said there's many, many reasons to live. And no matter how dark things get here, God, there are incredible blessings. So we thank you again, and we trust and ask these things in the name of your Son and our Savior, in Lord Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Hey,
That's it.
guys, great job today.
Yeah, man. It's awesome.
Hey, we might as well use them. 1,
Nice.
2, 3.
Oh, mine didn't
That's a
go
loud
off.
one.
Mine
Go
didn't
ahead.
go off.
Let's burn this place to the ground. Anyway. Hey, all right. Hey, hope you guys have a great day. Great job decorating this place, guys.
Yeah.
We love you so much. You guys are truly, truly loved by God and by us. Hope you have a great day, and God bless you.